Ever found yourself swindled out of your hard-earned money? It's a question no one wants to answer with a yes, but unfortunately, in the modern world we live in, financial scams are an all-too common reality. These deceptive practices, crafted by cunning individuals or groups, are designed to trick you into parting with your money, often leaving you in a state of shock and financial distress. These scams can happen to anyone, anywhere, at any time. No one is immune. Whether you're a fresh graduate starting your first job, a seasoned professional, or even a retiree enjoying the golden years, you could be targeted. From complex investment scams to simple lottery frauds, the variety and sophistication of these scams are mind-boggling and, frankly, quite alarming. So, how do you protect yourself from falling prey to these scams? Stay tuned as we delve into this critical subject and arm you with the knowledge you need to safeguard your financial future. First and foremost, understanding what a financial scam is the key to avoiding it. A financial scam, in its simplest form, is a deceptive scheme designed to defraud you of your hard-earned money. These scams can come in many shapes and sizes, all with the singular aim of parting you from your cash. They often prey on a person's trust and lack of knowledge about financial matters. Now let's talk about some common types of scams. Phishing is one that you've likely heard of. It typically involves emails or messages from what seems to be a reputable source, like your bank, asking for sensitive information. The scammer might ask for your account number, password, or other personal details. Remember, no legitimate organization will ever ask for such information through email or text. Next up, we have lottery scams. Here, you'll receive an unexpected communication telling you that you've won a substantial sum of money or a prize, but there's a catch. You'll be asked to pay a fee or provide your bank details to claim your winnings. The rule of thumb here is, if you didn't enter a lottery, you can't win it. Then there's investment fraud. This typically involves someone offering you an opportunity to invest in a project or business with the promise of high returns. They'll use high-pressure sales tactics and make it seem like you're missing out if you don't invest right now. But often, these too-good-to-be-true opportunities are exactly that. It's also worth noting that scammers are constantly evolving and coming up with new ways to deceive people. So, while it's important to be aware of these common scams, it's equally important to stay vigilant and question any financial transaction or opportunity that seems suspicious. Knowing the enemy, as they say, is half the battle won. By understanding what financial scams are and how they operate, you're already on the path to safeguarding your financial health. Scams often have telltale signs. Recognizing them can save you a lot of trouble. Let's take a closer look at these red flags, shall we? First off, unsolicited contact. You're relaxing at home when suddenly you receive a call, an email, a text, or even a social media message from a complete stranger. They're offering you an incredible deal or some sort of financial opportunity. This is a classic sign of a scam. Legitimate businesses rarely reach out to potential customers without prior contact or at least some form of mutual connection. Next, pressure tactics. The person on the other end of the line is rushing you, pushing you to make a decision on the spot. They might tell you that the offer is time limited or that there are only a few spots left. Scammers use this strategy to prevent you from taking the time to think, consult others, or do your research. Remember, any genuine opportunity will not evaporate if you ask for time to consider it. Another red flag is too good to be true promises. You might hear about an investment opportunity promising high returns with little to no risk, or perhaps a lottery win from a contest you don't recall entering. In the real world, high reward often comes with high risk. So, if something sounds impossibly advantageous, it's likely a scam. Lastly, requests for personal information. If you're asked to provide sensitive information like your bank details, social security number, or other personal data right off the bat, be wary. Scammers will use this information for identity theft or to drain your bank account. In conclusion, keep an eye out for these red flags: unsolicited contact, pressure tactics, too good to be true promises, and requests for personal information. Stay vigilant and always do your due diligence. And remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Now, let's dive into the steps you can take to protect yourself from these scams. Firstly, it's crucial to research before investing. In the realm of finance, knowledge is indeed power. Before parting ways with your hard-earned cash, take the time to understand where it's going. Research the company or individual you're investing with, the product or asset you're buying, and the overall market conditions. Check if the firm is registered and if the investment is regulated. The more you know, the less likely you are to be taken in by a scam. Next, ignore unsolicited offers. If you receive an unexpected phone call, email, or text message promising an incredible investment opportunity, be wary. Remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Don't let high-pressure sales tactics rush you into making a decision. Instead, take the time to think it through and do your research. Thirdly, use secure and traceable payment methods. When making a payment or investing money, avoid using methods that are difficult to trace, such as wire transfers or preloaded debit cards. Instead, opt for payment methods that offer a level of protection and traceability, like credit cards or bank transfers. Lastly, regularly check your financial statements. Glancing over your bank and credit card statements every month can help you spot any unusual activity. If you see any transactions you don't recognize, report them to your bank immediately. This simple habit can save you from substantial financial loss. As we navigate the complex world of finance, it's important to stay vigilant and proactive. The more aware and prepared you are, the less likely you are to fall prey to financial scams and frauds. Remember, prevention is always better than cure. So keep these tips in mind, and let's keep our financial futures secure. Unfortunately, even the most cautious can sometimes fall victim to scams. It's a harsh reality we face in our increasingly digital world. But don't despair. There are steps you can take to mitigate the damage and potentially turn the tables on these fraudsters. Firstly, breathe. It's completely normal to feel a rush of emotions, from anger to embarrassment. But remember, it's the scammer who should be ashamed, not you. They're the ones exploiting trust and goodwill. Now, onto the practical steps. The moment you realize you've been scammed, your immediate response should be to contact your bank or financial institution. They have teams dedicated to these situations and can provide guidance on how to proceed. They may be able to stop a transaction or close your account to prevent further fraudulent activities. Next, it's crucial to report the incident to the authorities. This could be your local police or a national agency, depending on where you live. Include as many details as possible in your report. The more information they have, the better chance they have of catching the culprits. And remember, it's not just about getting your money back. Your report could prevent others from falling for the same scam. Legal advice can also be beneficial. A lawyer can guide you through the process, helping you understand your rights and options. They can also represent you in any legal proceedings that may follow, ensuring your interests are protected. Document everything. Keep track of all correspondence, transactions, and steps you've taken since discovering the scam. This documentation can be invaluable in building a case against the scammer and potentially recovering your losses. Lastly, don't keep it to yourself. Share your experience with family, friends, or online communities. Your story could be the warning that prevents someone else from being scammed. It's a tough spot to be in, but remember, you're not alone. There are resources and people who can help. Taking immediate action can limit the damage and potentially help catch the scammers. Scams can be daunting, but armed with the right knowledge, you can steer clear of them. We've journeyed through a sea of information today. Let's take a moment to anchor down the key points. We began by understanding financial scams, diving into the murky waters of their deceptive tactics and manipulative schemes. Recognizing these red flags became our next mission. From too good to be true promises to pressure-filled tactics, we learned how to spot the warning signs. Then we armed ourselves with tools for protection. We learned the importance of verification, the power of skepticism, and the need for secure online practices. And if, despite all precautions, you find yourself a victim of a scam, we discussed the steps to take. Reporting the incident, contacting your bank, and learning from the experience were emphasized. Remember, knowledge is the best defense. Stay vigilant, stay safe, and keep your hard-earned money where it belongs, with you.